Hi everyone. This is a quick recap for today's class, which we couldn't have due to technical issues. I'm going to quickly work on a management matrix with you, just to ensure that by 11:59 today you submit the correct thing. So here on this video, I am actually developing a management matrix quickly by hand, as you would need to have developed your own. Here you have the agent stuff, which is important, and here you have the not agent stuff of your life, and here you have unimportant, whereas and so forth. So you have your first quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth. What is going on here on the agent stuff? Let's say, what are the modules that you've registered for? You have maths tests, and your test 1, 2, and 3. Let's say your first test was March 15, and your other one was April 15, and the third one on May 15. So now what you're going to do, coming to this side, you're going to have maybe prepared for maths, or for tests. Let's say for tests, prepared for prepared or while we are there, let's say we change the mind, say, okay, I don't want to have to be prepared by this date. Instead, I want to compile all my maths notes, and then prepare. So you will have 2 lines on this one. You say below here, you will be prepared by this date, this for test 1, test 2, and test 3. So this would be test 3. This would be 2 and 1. What are you going to have here? Maybe you say compiled notes. I have a nice handwriting there. So if your maths test is on the 15th of March, what date should you have compiled notes on your geometry, whatever you are studying? So perhaps by the 8th of March 8, April 8, and May 8, you should have compiled notes. And then by the 10th of April, you should, don't you think 10th of May as well, you should be prepared for a test that you'll be writing on the 15th. So you write again, let's say applied communication. Let's say applied com test assignment. Let's say it is due on the 20th of March, first one. The second one, or in April, maybe 20th. The third one, May 20th. So it means that even this side, you should have those dates. That why do you have your dates here that are before the dates on the first quadrant? Because these are not urgent things, but they are important for you to be able to achieve the important things and urgent things. You should have researched topics If the assignment is due on the 28th and you realize that, okay, by the 10th, I would be between the 8th and 10th, perhaps by March 9th, April 9, and things like that, you should have researched. And then by March 12 and 12 and 12 here, all those months, you should have a draft, so that the draft, you can modify it before the 20th, and then you can even submit the assignment before the 20th. Why do you have to submit the assignment before the 20th? Because you don't know what is going to happen when it's time for submission. There might be problems with computers because there are a lot of people who are busy submitting things. You get it? You do not wait up until it's the last moment. You're still on quadrant 1. Huh? What is another assignment that comes to mind? Then you have another test, or even exercises. Let's say social intelligence tasks. You put the dates. Let's say maybe there are dates again, 27 March, 27 April, 27 May. So what this means, again, you need to have dates here on your second quadrant that are prior the 27th. Fortunately, you would have a gap now after the 20th, meaning that you should be prepared and submit before the 27th. That's the trick. Prepare and submit before the 27th. Let's work on that. Why do you submit before the 27th if the deadline is 27? You are protecting your back, okay? Prepared, submit. When would you submit? I would suggest 25 if everything is 2 days before, because you can identify if there are problems, meaning that by the 23 you should be prepared. 23. I hope this now makes sense. So again, quadrant number 2 enhances your success in quadrant number 1. Quadrant number 2 comes before quadrant number 1 because it is your planning to succeed in quadrant number 1. Whereas here, quadrant 3, what is going on is that those are unimportant things. So it could be WhatsApp chats, what else comes to mind? It could be partying or uninvited guests. Because quadrant number 3, they are urgent things. They are urgent in the sense that when they are there in front of you, you need to instantly take care of them. You need to remove them. Why? Because they are not important. They are unimportant things. You don't need them because you have priorities. Not important. So this takes you now to quadrant number 4. Quadrant number 4 now would be those things you literally have to avoid. Quadrant 4. Quadrant 4 could be even social media. Be specific here. Let me not even just say social media because there are so many things. Let me say Facebook. I mean, if you have a lot of things to do, avoid Facebook. And then what other things? Even Twitters, you will do those things when you have time for them. Maybe even you think of having a romantic relationship. It's not urgent. It's also, you put them there. You see, the most important thing here, if you're looking at these quadrants for you as an engineering thing, is the ability to show to your potential employers that you do have high level of time management. This is about time management skill. It is also about organizational skills. And it is well as about critical thinking. You can critically think because you're looking across various things and ascertain that this is more important than the other. Critical thinking. And why not about creativity? Because you can creatively allocate your time. Do you see? So it means that you do have quite a number of analytical skills. Because analytical skills also have an element of logic analysis, logical skills. Do you get it? You know, when we're talking of logic, it's somebody who's orderly. For instance, you see that March 15th, you have the first maths test, whereas in April 15th, you have a second one. And in May, you have the third test. So orderly in the sense that by March 8, you would have compiled your notes for test 1, whereas by March 10th, you'll be prepared for the test which you will write on the 15th. Whereas in April, by the 8th, you would have compiled your notes for Maths 2, of which by the 10th of April, you'd be prepared for the 15th of April. The order goes on. This means that you are a logical thinker. You can organize things in a properly clear way. You have control over your lifestyle. And this actually takes you now to it takes you further to project management skills. That's what this showcases. I know it looks so busy, but you have to type it. So once you type it, it will look much better than this one. And as much as you might think that it's not necessarily important for you to write about these ones, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, it is important to showcase them in this management matrix. Why is it important? Because these are the things that occur in your lifestyle. But the most important thing is for us to realize that, can you organize your life around these things? That's what is important. Partying, even emails, they are distractions. Once you start reading emails and responding, you might be, distracted to finish whatever you wanted to finish. When we're talking about priorities, again, there in quadrant 1, remember that subjects that you are registered for are not the only thing that could be your number 1. You might even, let's make an example, you might even decide to put right here on quadrant number 1, let's say you decide to put further, you decide to increase quadrant. Here you had social intelligence. Maybe you also decide to put your prayers. Maybe it's important that you put prayers, but you need to have specific times. How would you allocate times? Maybe you said praying weekly or daily, something like that. It's up to you. So you put the times. It doesn't mean that if you choose a prayer, you should put it as well here. You can just leave it blank. Or if you have a way of preparing for your prayers, maybe you make sure that there are no people that will be coming in. It's up to you. Eating could be something important, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to fall sick. You can have daily. You could have time for breakfast, lunch, dinner. You divide this. Be creative, good people. As I showed you earlier on, that this is more about creativity. You need to be able to showcase that you are creative. You can actually, you can think critically, and you can do this. So this management matrix is due at 11:59 today. There will be no extension. The only thing that I'll give you, 2 attempts. You already had 1, so I'll give you the second attempt. I hope that this was helpful. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.